I had so much fun doing stand-up, like on the road in different cities.
It's great.
It was such a good time.
Incredible.
Great time. But I was miserable, making more money than I've ever made, but miserable. Like success isn't having a special and selling out arenas. To me, I just prefer going to Tigers practice than going on the road and making money.
Since Brendan Schaub announced that he and Brian Callen are moving to Austin, Texas, his delusions about his comedy career has gotten out of control. In Brendan's reality, the reason he stopped doing stand-up was because he was spreading himself too thin and neglecting his kids. So he humbly gave up his flourishing career in stand-up. At least that's what he tells himself. The truth is, he wasn't selling tickets, so comedy clubs were canceling his shows, and so it didn't make sense to continue. And even with that realization, he will still have the audacity to make digs at Brian for not having a full crowd at his shows.
Don't do Sunday in Dallas when the Dallas Cowboys are playing, even though you guys showed up in Plano, and I really appreciate it. You
but not on Sunday.
Sunday was not sold out.
Hey, Sunday was light.
It was
No, I got
three
videos.
quarters full.
I got videos from fans.
No, it's about three
I
quarters.
got videos. Hey, it's light.
Imagine failing stand-up and then taking the piss out of your best friend because he wasn't able to fill out a show. Guys, as you can see, I'm not exaggerating when I use the word delusion. But since he now has all this free time, his new thing is being a great dad. And while it's nice that he's able to focus more on his kids, he's put his own delusional spin on it, which is that he's choosing his kids over a successful career in comedy. Here he is in a recent episode comparing himself to other successful comics, saying that you spend less time with family and how he's much better off now.
Like like out of everything I do, nothing comes close. Dude, right? I've been in the UFC, NFL. Nothing is better. There's nothing else I'd rather do. There's nothing.
Yes.
There's absolutely nothing. Like when he's playing well and balling out, that's all I need, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I see The Rock or even our boy Burt Kreischer, when I see his schedule, now his kids are in college, but he was like that when they were little.
He talks about it. Like
he talks
when
about,
you're gone,
he cried when me and him were on the podcast together.
Yeah.
How he's like, I wish I was around more.
When you're gone,
At least
like
it wasn't too late for me to realize, like, hold up, stop the tracks. What's important here? I can keep doing this wild shit I was doing, or I can grow the fuck up and be the dad I've always wanted to be and have a lot of knowledge put into him. And like, and that's what's important. So it wasn't too late because the kids are young.
Yeah, man. I think
I wouldn't trade for anything. Like I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. I think it's better for those people for those dads like grinding and then their kids' lives. Like to me, success is I can go to all of Tiger and Bossy's practices. I don't miss a practice. I don't miss a game. Like to me, that's success. Success is to me, and I realized probably honestly about maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, like success isn't having a special and selling out arenas.
Yeah.
Okay, success, or success as Brendan calls it, is being with your family and not selling out shows. I guess when comedy clubs around the country were canceling his shows or reporting poor ticket sales, something clicked.
Hold up, stop the track.
That's right, hold up, wait a minute. This is not success. I'm sorry, tuccess. Tuccess is something different. But he keeps going.
And you gotta be selfish, man. You do. You just, in order to be a great comic, a great actor, a great athlete, you got to be super selfish.
It's gotta be on your mind all the time.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't make you the best dad.
No.
And now there's some great dads who pulled off, but it's just different, man. It's just different. It's just different.
Very difficult.
I wonder what's so different. I mean, we know that those other comedians actually sell out their shows. It's entertaining seeing Brendan trying to explain this while dodging the conclusion that he doesn't have talent when it comes to comedy.
And to me, it's just, and now I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. To me, I just prefer going to Tigers practice than going on the road and making money. It's just the decision I had to make. I wasn't happy. I was making more money than I've ever made. I just was miserable.
You weren't present in any capacity.
In nothing.
In nothing.
Nothing mattered.
For the
podcast, the shows,
I could see it.
nothing.
Yeah.
I was just going,
Yeah.
doing this show, doing that
It's
show.
also like how you
this
dealt with the
show,
stress of everything that went down.
everything.
you know?
Yeah, I just worked because that's what I know to do.
Yeah.
But I was miserable, making more money than I've ever made, but miserable.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that him going on stage to a bunch of empty seats was probably the miserable part. Now, we get it. He's super happy with his new lifestyle, but then we find out he's moving to Austin, where most of today's comedy assassins are thriving. Bryan Callen is of course going to get more spots at Rogan's club, so it's a nice boost for his career. The move makes total sense for Bryan, but that's not the case for Brendan. He's not a comedian anymore, because, as he says, it makes him miserable, so why the hell is he going?
Yeah, I wake up at 5. I have a routine. I'm eating good. I don't drink anymore.
That not drinking is really, really good.
And also just happier overall. Like I was a knucklehead, dude. I've been a knucklehead for a long time.
Yeah.
You know? So it's just like getting my life together. You know? So when you ask me when we go to Austin, you'll be at the mothership all the time? Probably not, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll check, like, obviously I'm going to support you. When you're there, dude, I'm there
Yeah.
When you're there, I'm there.
Yeah.
But as far, like, when you're doing your weekends or whatever, and then if Rogan's like, I'll go say what's up to the boys. But as far as, like,
Right.
my life's so different now, dude.
Yeah.
And in the best way.
I feel like if you keep having to say to the world how happy you are, you likely aren't that happy. I think the hard truth for Brendan is more likely that he misses doing comedy, especially when he was fresh off that Rogan bump. And as much as he whines about how miserable his life was as a comedian, he'll occasionally reveal how much fun it actually was.
It was a great time, though. I had so much fun doing stand-up, like on the road in different cities.
It's great, man. It's
like
great.
getting up at the Comedy Store. Like, God, dude, it's insane. It was such a good time.
Incredible.
Great time. But I was miserable. Making more money than I've ever made, but miserable. Miserable. Great time.
You can almost see the twinkle in his eye as he reminisces doing stand-up. Those two sound bites were like 15 minutes apart, but I had to put them together to show how ridiculous he sounds when he tries to convince us that deep down he hated doing stand-up. Recently on the Golden Hour, he mentioned yet another reason why he didn't like doing stand-up.
If we're gonna go do a spot, we're gonna go do a spot because we made it.
Yeah,
You
but
know what I
after
mean?
after the pandemic, I
that's a
think
problem.
everything changed.
That sucks.
What do you mean?
That sucks.
Well,
Well, you know what? Maybe for me, because I think one of the reasons I gravitate towards it and ran with it was 'cause I felt like there was a group.
I agree.
And then once that
Yeah,
left, and then
I agree.
COVID happened, and I would see
Yeah,
Eric every
COVID
now and then.
fucked everything
But
up.
outside that, I didn't see anybody.
Yeah,
And
COVID changed it
And I
all.
was on my own. I'm like, oh, this. And then I realized, I was kind of doing it so I could see my friends and be like
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
But if I'm on the road by myself, I'm doing spots by myself. Like I
Yeah,
don't. This isn't for me.
unless- yeah.
I don't love it as much as you guys do to
Right.
pursue that. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so far his reasons are that he was unhealthy, he missed his kids, didn't like staying up late, and now he's added that he was lonely. It's starting to sound like he hated almost everything there is about stand-up. The reasons for not doing stand-up just keep growing. You'd think he was forced into it. He's trying his hardest to convince us how happy he is now, compared to when he was still on the road. And now a big part of his persona is being the physically strongest baseball dad.
And then what I do every morning when I get home, I take off my shirt and they wake up to me going, "What's up, boys? What you been doing?" And I tell them everything I did in the gym every morning.
Aside from podcasting, that's pretty much what his occupation is. Strongest baseball dad. Boasting about how much he can lift in the gym, Callen has been cheering him on, of course, but sadly the guys on Golden Hour shat all over it in this recent episode.
There will always be that gladiatorial fucking, centuries and centuries ago, strength was the most important thing, or fighting was the most important, whatever,
It still is
power.
if shit breaks down.
If
yeah.
it does, but it's not right now. Right now, we have a law. We have the law. We have. You can't kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? So if that,
Well, I mean, this is also you know,
can.
but then
the
you
10
go to
richest
jail.
people in the world, I'm sure, can't bench 100 pounds.
Right, but I'm saying, but they could take you out in a second and get away with it.
Yeah.
You'd be dead.
Nerds,
You know what I'm saying?
running the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be dead. So who's
What is
strength?
People you bullied. You know what I mean?
So what is strength? When your kids grow up, dude, you being physically strong is not going to be in the top 5 things that they admire. It's not, dude.
Oh, you don't think so?
No, not when they grow up and they talk about dad. When they're 40, they're going to talk about.
And they go back and look at the Instagram and say, "Damn, he did 225, 30
No,
times?"
bro, they're not going to say that.
You don't think so?
No, bro.
Dude, I'm just trying to say to you.
No, I'm with you, brother. I
It's
appreciate
like,
it.
yeah, you got more stuff
Yeah,
going on
yeah.
than that.
He looked a little defeated when they were telling him that strength in today's society doesn't have much value. So Brendan now finds himself a failed comic, moving to Austin to be around other comedians, even though he hates the lifestyle, but is still going to hang out at Rogan's club to support Bryan Callen and say hi to Rogan whenever he's there, so it sounds like he'll be there a lot. Now, remember all those reasons why he hated stand-up? Well, in this recent episode, it doesn't take long for Bryan to convince Brendan to make a small comeback.
Okay. I got an idea for us. I know you're in retirement, but I got a little idea for you to jump up on stage and do some
For
stuff.
Fighting the Kid live?
No, just for a different thing, but you might have to make a couple guest appearances.
We'll see, man.
It'll be silly and fun, and I promise
Let me
you,
get my beak wet.
you'll love it. Get your beak wet a little bit. Just in front with it, fucking around a little bit. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
We'll see, dude.
Well, he didn't seem to need much convincing here. We know for a fact, if Bryan is inviting Brendan up to do a set, he is 100% gonna do it. Especially if it's at the Mothership, a place where he no doubt wanted to perform back when he was doing stand-up. This move to Austin feels like he's just going to support Bryan Callen. Imagine moving your whole family to another city for your friend's stand-up career, at the same time saying how much he hated doing stand-up. And if his reason was because of the Fighter and the Kid podcast, that really doesn't make much sense. Golden Hour is a bigger podcast by the average views, so podcast wise he's better off staying put. If you enjoyed this, hit the like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.